Good? Wonderful. I'm happy to hear that. So my name is Ann Lewis. I work at ExxonMobil. I am the head of the Quality Engineering Department. This is one of many trips to Vienna, and I think everyone that's been to Vienna likes coming back to Vienna. And I know that we're all thankful for Tricentis bringing us this moment, this time to be together. So we'll take a little bit of a history lesson, a long history lesson, all right? I love history, but I'll keep it short. But just to give you a little bit of an idea as to how the digital transformation hit ExxonMobil, and then talk a little bit about how we've implemented it and why. But we have to start really a long time ago in history. Yeah, mankind has been evolving for 500,000 years. We have gone from a very primitive state, and with the latest evolution of mankind, we are totally attached to our phones. Right now, though, the big deal is this digital transformation, right? But believe it or not, the digital transformation has a connection back to the human condition. The human condition is all about touch. It's about communication. It's about caring for people. And we at ExxonMobil have figured out that the digital transformation, moving beyond being attached to our phones, is just another way to communicate. And that is that we want to help other people out. We have come a long way. We have gone from walking to riding, either on a horse, a bike, cars, planes, satellites, space stations, and my favorite that I can't wait for, teleportation. Beam me up, Scotty. Get me out of here now. Now, wouldn't that be awesome from a digital transformation, turning every one of us into little bits and bytes and ones and zeros, and we get to go wherever we want to go, whenever we want to go. I think it will happen. Maybe not in my lifetime, maybe not in yours, but it will happen. And so a part of our transformation has been the simple acceptance that mankind is evolving. We can't help ourselves. We are attached to our phone. We believe in things beyond the possible. It's a human condition. IT is in the smack dab middle of it. Of course, we're back to ones and zeros, digits, right? Harvard Business Review, software users expect a continuous stream of novel features, the promise of upgrades, high performance and reliability, ease of installation, use, and maintenance. We can't help ourselves. And the ironic part of this evolution is that this problem in IT on ones and zeros, it's hit the boardroom. All of our C people are talking about it. They realize that an IT failure is a business failure. And we are so lucky to be in the middle of it. Now, is it all a bunch of hype? Really? Oh, if you've done any reading out there, you know it's not a bunch of hype. 1,600 CIOs and professionals were interviewed. High quality, performance, intelligent test automation, which is why we're here with Tricentis, along with smart analytics, will actually lower total cost of ownership. Oh my goodness. Actually, we in IT are getting some attention that the boardrooms are actually saying, we can make a difference. IT is coming out of the dark ages. everybody's talking about us, and it is fabulous, absolutely fabulous. But just in case there's still a naysayer out there, oh my goodness, the DevOps Handbook, the World Quality Report, how we organize our teams has a powerful effect on the software we produce. Organizations need to transform the QA and test function to support Agile. QA and testing operations are changing. What does all of this say? It says that we have continued to transform. We're going to continue to evolve. We can't help ourselves. And that back to a software failure is a business failure. People have got to change. And what's the problem with change? It's hard. Oh, and you have to change your attitude. Now that's another big topic, changing one's attitude to be positive about change. Part of the human condition is to doubt change. But everything that we're reading right now is change is what's needed. We are in the 9-digit defect range. Back to my boardroom, all the C people, right? You've got defects that are bringing businesses down. That is a big deal. My business continuity depends upon my IT people being responsible and accountable. As a C person, I need to be responsible and accountable to my people, not just my corporate structure. Hackers hit. Defects. I think there was a company named Target, right? Lost over $250 million because of a defect. These are the fun facts that I'm sharing with you that you can take back to your own organizations, because if you're getting any naysayers at home about testing, who needs it? Quality, who needs it? All you've got to do is give them a few fun facts. Quote the DevOps Handbook, quote the World Quality Report. Target, $250 million. There was a lottery in the States. They had to renege on $30 million worth of winning lottery tickets because of a computer glitch. There's a lot of C people that are going to pay attention to these numbers. All of this is what was used within ExxonMobil to build up the case that testing is cool, that quality is important. So, ExxonMobil, what did we do? Well, we got together and we said, you know what? Let's look at the world. Yep, let's look at the world. Lots going on. The world wants it like this. The human condition is, I want it now, I want it now, I want it now. From us, ExxonMobil, we want to be able to sell that fuel, all right? Sell those pellets to chemical companies, and we want to do it as the first option. When they pull out their phone, I want them to buy my product right here, right now. So that's what's going on in the world. Back to our Amazon example that Wolfgang shared, and Uber, I want it now. So I want to be able to sell my product now. The only way you can do that is if you take advantage of digital opportunities, putting those customers into my company. And in order to keep that competitive position of customers, of shareholder value, it all has to do with the digital transformation. Now, we understood that in order to increase our agility, okay, we had to change. In order to free our data, we had to get the data organized. And we also understood a strong foundation, a foundation, not just about technical foundation, but we're talking about a corporate culture that talks about quality. So we re-looked at some of the stuff we'd written about 40 years ago. And all of a sudden, we value everyone as a customer, turning ideas into solutions and delivering quality. It's been in front of our face the entire time. But suddenly it became a big deal because it went back to, I want to be able to sell my product before anybody else. And I need to be able to do it with high quality. These are the stories that we shared internal to the company, so that when I went up and I started, we need high quality, I didn't just get flipped off, sometimes literally. Okay, let's get real. If you're in this business, you got to be tough, right? I interview people to come and work for me, and I said, do you get scared easily? Oh, yes, I can't stand rats. I said, well, then you're not in the right business. We got rats all around us, nibbling away. We've got mosquitoes, we've got snakes, we've got everything evil out there. And then there's a few tigers and lions, too. So when I interview for jobs in my team, they get an interview. Quality matters. Duh. We can say that. But again, back to your corporate culture. Start with the end in mind, customer satisfaction. This is the roadmap that we have used with ExxonMobil. We start with the end in mind, customer satisfaction. If customers are happy, by golly, I'm happy, because that means I'm making product and I get to keep my job. So my morale is high. We have a good reputation. I'll be doggone. You go up and you can always fill your gas with your car with gas, okay? We have a good reputation. Our application delivery and support has actually gone down in dollars, primarily from cost avoidance. And I've got some fun numbers to share with you here in a minute. The technical debt has gone down. Predictability and reliability has gone up. So specifically when it comes to quality matters, what does it come in the form of a behavior? You see where this roadmap is going? Back to the evolution of man. We can't help ourselves. To I want it now. We have satellites. Beam me up, Scotty, it's coming. So on a behavioral level, we have transformed a test function into a quality function. We have gone knock, knock. Quality starts at the left and is beyond testing. We've created an enterprise strategy. We have leaders that help lead that enterprise strategy on quality and the digital transformation. Our smart test automation, it's Tosca. Okay, I do have a spot for selenium. We understand there's a spot for selenium. It's not one tool fits all. Don't ever think that. You'll make more enemies than you can afford if you start talking like that. Test environment strategy in a roadmap. You've got to have an environment and data management in place. The quality analytics, you've got to have a story. And with that, I'm going to move on and talk a little bit about left and right, but it really becomes a circle. Requirements management. Your business customers are your best friends, okay? They tell you what they need to have done. But guess what? They don't always know. 50% of the production defects go back to poor requirements. Fun fact, okay? Share it. Knock, knock, who's home? Requirements. Make friends with your business customers. Testing and test management. You've got to be able to track what you're testing. The infamous question will come back in that production defect. Well, was it tested? Yeah. Defect management, count them. Find out where they are. Who are the culprits? And it comes back around to metrics and reporting. The metrics and reporting will then drive new requirements to make things better. It's a circle. Yeah, it's a circle of life. Yeah. Make it a part of the culture. So we have been using this particular picture for a while now because people kept asking, okay, Ann, you keep talking about quality and the whole delivery life cycle. Well, what does it really mean? And so we started just matching everything up from planning, the requirements analysis. We have a great little interview technique to help them understand what they want, okay? That's about quality right there. Coding, fine, TDD, let's do it. Let's automate that unit test. Let's plan when we're gonna test, how much we're gonna test. Let's look at change impact analysis. We heard about that yesterday, really cool stuff. Then you go into your continuous testing, that's our lifeblood. Continuous testing with automated UI, the performance testing. You go into your regression testing, UAT, customer feedback, performance monitoring. Wolfgang talked about that this morning. Performance monitoring. Monitoring then brings you back into new requirements. It is a huge circle. And when you're talking within your company, if you can explain this circle of life, suddenly it makes sense to them. They want to invest. Our companies need to invest. And if they can understand how high quality helps them invest faster because they get results faster, ooh, that's an appealing story. And it's all about agility. So we've talked about responsibility and accountability. We've talked about agility. Trust. I think some of you have heard about being in a safe space. Safe space, right? Yeah. Unbelievable that safe spaces haven't existed any longer than they have. But it's so refreshing now that within our corporate cultures we can talk about trust. In order to be agile, I need to trust that you are going to tell me what is needing to be done. And you can trust me to tell you what needs to be done. So, as we have transformed our quality organization, product, or the test manager, basically me, I've become a product manager, all right? Work requests. So our work requests come in the form of tool enhancements, performance testing requests. I need a quality engineer put onto a project or a stable team. And so we have all of our requests kind of coming into a funnel. We've got a release train engineer that helps pass out the work. We have Kanban facilitators, we have Scrum Masters that help pass out the work. Business testers are now BPEs, business process experts. They want to use Tosca to automate their tests. It is the most beautiful experience around when a business person comes to me and says, I want to do my own automation. That is so super cool. But this is a bit of an organizational picture that, again, you can use in your discussions as to what a quality organization needs to look like. And oh my goodness me, oh my, it looks like a stable team. So we are no different than a stable team that you're working with. And we embed quality engineers into those stable teams. Here are the fun numbers. There's about 140 people on my team right now. Woohoo! Used to be about 215 because we've gotten better at what we do, so we've gone down. All right? We have worked on about 175 projects. Super cool. Okay? We have found in the last 3 years 20,000 defects in acceptance Industry data says that's a cost avoidance of $140 million. Those numbers talk really well. Now, that's industry data. Stick with industry data at this point. Don't try to go create your own cost analysis as to what a defect costs at your company. Stay with the industry data. Between acceptance and production, it's $7,000 delta between fixing it in production and fixing it in acceptance. We have 130 enablers going on right now, meaning our own self-improvement. You can see a sundry of tools that we work with. We have about 4,000 automated tests under Tosca. They're running 20,000 times a month. These are fun facts, okay? Use them. Find out within your own organizations what's going on and use your fun facts. And guess what? All of a sudden, the naysayers are saying, oh, man, I think I've got a little confidence now in what you can do, Lewis. Yeah. But however, I'm still a little kid at heart, all right? I flex my muscles when I need to. My team flexes their muscles probably more than I do because they're still fighting a little bit of that uphill battle. But no matter what, at this point, we have more confidence in our ability to deliver a high-quality product than we did 3 years ago. Quality matters. You've seen ExxonMobil's story from going back in time, connecting the evolution of man to a human condition, making it simple to understand. This isn't that big a deal. It's just what humans do. We change, okay? We've looked at some fun numbers as to how you can justify a quality organization. We've looked at ExxonMobil's organization of our quality organization. We've talked about being agile. We've talked about being responsible and accountable. Every one of us needs to believe in our company, all right? Whoever you work for, believe in what they're trying to do. If you can't believe in what they're trying to do, you're working for the wrong company. You have to be accountable to the corporate line, okay? And then after all of that, you're building up trust and eventually flexing your muscles and having confidence. And that's all for today. Thank you very much. All right, super cool. If anybody wants to ask a question, it's fine. I know it's kind of hard in a big group like this. Okay. Yes, Mr. Rolls.
So, Anne, you talked about the difference between testing and quality engineering.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see as the difference between a tester and a quality engineer?
Testers test. Okay? Yeah, I can test. I can make A's on a test. A quality engineer wants to ask the question, why test? I'm not going to test just because I'm told to. An engineer is going to ask why. And the engineer is going to go back to, you said you wanted a blue screen. Well, which shade of blue do you really want? And helping people understand actually what it is that they want. That's a quality engineer. Quality engineer looks at monitoring on the back end. Whoa, order to cash, baby. It's got some defects going on. What's going on in OTC? Well, it's constantly changing. And because they want it fast, woohoo, let's come back to the left. Are they getting their requirements done correctly? I can go on on that question. Okay, super cool. Thank you. Okay.